Welcome back. Today we're out in the gardens and we're going to prune a tree hydrangea. I'm Dr. Joanette, your longevity expert and the creator of the Longevity Switch. Now you may be wondering, what does pruning a tree hydrangea have to do with longevity? So make sure you watch all the way to the end, and you just might be surprised that it actually has a lot to do with activating your longevity switch and the 4 pillars of longevity. So let's get pruning. To start, we want to first assess this tree hydrangea. You can see last year's blooms. They made it all the way through the winter. There was ice and sleet and snow, and you wouldn't tell by looking, but just 2 days ago, out there was 2 inches of snow on the ground. I am delighted to be able to be out here on this lovely day. It's springtime and time for new growth, new beginnings. We are going to help our hydrangea tree bring its beauty to later on in the year by pruning away the old and making way for the new. Kind of like your life. Sometimes you want to assess it and say, do I need to prune away some things so I can make room for new growth? One of my friends who is Persian said to me the other day on the spring equinox, "This is the Persian New Year," she said. "This is the time of new beginnings, new resolutions, and new growth for us." I thought, what a great time to celebrate a new year, rather than in January when it's cold and frozen and icy, at least where I live. Wait until the springtime when nature tells you naturally it's time to get pruning away the old and make room for some new growth. To get started, you're going to want to have a good pair. It's called bypass pruners. They're handheld pruners, and you want to make sure they're sharp and clean. You do not want to carry any diseases from a prior pruning job that you did to your beautiful tree hydrangea. If you don't have a pair of bypass pruners, scroll down and you'll be able to find a link that will take you out to where you can purchase a pair of bypass pruners. There's a lot of growth here on this tree hydrangea. We are going to prune away pretty much everything you see here and take it back to the heart of the tree, to those main branches, because a tree hydrangea blooms on new growth. It has to put out new growth in order to bloom. If we left a lot of this old growth on it, if you leave a lot of the old growth on your tree hydrangea, then you get this, I don't know, it's like a wild bush, for lack of a better word, instead of this beautiful cascading tree hydrangea. So you have to be almost harsh when it comes to pruning it back and taking away all the old, because when the old is gone, now there's room for the new. I'm going to start pruning here by looking for what's called a node. And a node is where new growth is going to come out of your branch. And you want to prune it clear almost back to the stem area or to the trunk and main branch area. And you're going to cut just above one of those nodes. When you make that cut needs to be at a 45-degree angle in the direction that you want the new growth to go. For example, I see a node right here, and I am going to cut that branch at a 45-degree angle in the direction of the growth. You can see that nice clean cut. Your new growth now is going to come out and head that direction instead of going up or over. If this video was helpful so far, thank you for signing up for notifications. As I cut away these branches, some of these blooms I will actually save and take in to the house and enjoy them until I can replace them with new blooms later on in the season from this tree. Sometimes you want to hold on to things that brought you the lessons in life, the storms you weathered, the trials and challenges you overcame. And sometimes you want to take those lessons and think about, what was the lesson? What did you learn? What do you want to keep? And what do you want to let go of? For example, maybe you have some connections in your life that are no longer serving you, or some habits in your life that are no longer serving you. Is it time to let go, to prune them away, to make way for some new, healthier connections or some new, healthier habits? It takes a while when you let go of something to put something else in its place. In fact, neuroscience tells us that it takes about 3 months to create a new, healthier habit, or even an unhealthy habit. Either way, to create a new habit, it takes about 3 months. And in the beginning, it's not easy to remember to do that thing, or that you want to do, or to stop doing the old thing that you no longer want to do. For example, a number of months ago, almost a year ago now, I decided I wanted to lose weight. And as part of that, I wanted to eat healthier. I wanted to eliminate a lot of the carbs from my diet and eliminate all of the refined food from my diet. Get back to my Blue Zone roots, where we ate a whole diet. And if we didn't grow it almost, or it wasn't on our farm, we didn't eat it because in part we couldn't afford it. But in looking back at that, that was actually a really healthy way to live. And research and science have now shown us that that whole food, organic diet, that grass, free-range eggs from our chickens, and the milk from grass-fed cows is actually the healthiest diet. So I wanted to get back to that, but I was used to eating food that wasn't that healthy for me. And it took me a while, about 3 months, to reprogram my brain to enjoy a much healthier diet. And as that last branch falls, I'm reminded again how much better I feel, how much weight I lost. I lost close to 50 pounds, and how much healthier I am today than when I began that journey. Think about what things in your life you might want to prune away, and what things you might want to keep. Think about, is it in the area of nutrition, connections, things that no longer serve you? Maybe exercise. Maybe you want to start a new exercise program, or work on your sleep. All of those things will improve your life and make way for new growth, new beginnings, and a new you. If this has been helpful, thank you for watching and listening. If you know somebody who would benefit it, click that like button, subscribe, and also make sure you share this video with them. When you go to my website, growwithdrjoanette.com, you will be able to find so many ideas for how you can make some new beginnings this spring and make way for new growth in the coming months and years. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time on the Dr. Joanette channel.